A very uncomfortable thought hit me last night. Why do I call Kuntal, who helps me in making videos, to come to my room to work? Is it really because it's easier to guide him when he's sitting next to me, or am I gay? Is it really because it's easier to guide him when he's sitting next to me, or is this a response of me feeling deeply alone in my room? Is this me seeking company in a way? That thought was disturbing, scary even. It made me feel weak. I don't know when I fell in love with this idea, but from a very young age, I always wanted to have the ability to be alone but not lonely. As a kid, I liked my time alone. Even now, I deeply value my alone time, and this is something that I need every single day. Being a very introverted person, I have grown up to find my fun and fulfillment not in company but in things like music, art, or stories. All these have played a very critical role in shaping the person I am today. Last year, I lost a friend, a very close friend. She was the last person with whom I used to share everything in my life about. 3 years of talking every day to not even crossing each other's mind is a big change. Over the last few years, life has steered me to be more work oriented and be pursuing something other than academics, trying to follow my passions and giving it my all. Also results in drastic decrease in time and effort I could put into other human relations, which resulted in me losing out even more of them. But I don't mourn over losing people anymore. I believe that time that we share with people is limited, and I'm more than happy even if we don't last forever, as long as I know we had a good time, a good connection, and as long as I know I could take even a line or two, maybe a paragraph in your book of life. There's a very subtle beauty in letting go, and I've realized that over and over again in the recent years. Letting go isn't about forgetting, it's quite the opposite. It's more about remembering and acknowledging the time and moments that we share. I don't know how much time we have, I don't know how much time I have, and I am determined to make the most of it, to make my parents proud, to give them the life they could only dream of. And this pursuit has robbed me from people, captivated me in a room in my own little imaginary box. People say isolation is a part of the journey to success, that you have to be alone in a dark room working day and night to make it big in life. The whole idea has been romanticized to the extent that I too can find some satisfaction in disconnecting from the entire world and putting everything into some or other craft. I do feel the most alive in this moment, perfecting a shot, drawing something, or nailing a sound effect. Nothing else compares. The second place might be listening and trying to understand someone pouring their heart and soul into words.
If there's any kind of magic in this world, it must be in the attempt of understanding someone, sharing something. I know, it's almost impossible to succeed, but who cares, really? The answer must be in the attempt.
But the feeling of loneliness is generated from, yes, being alone in my room throughout the day, and it's not very straightforward to get past. Simply spending time with more people doesn't make it go away. Hanging out with a group of friends, having superficial conversation about college courses, dinner, and fucked up sleep schedule doesn't really interest me. I want to talk about and listen to you and what makes you you. Your love for things, your passion, the fire inside you, your fears and comforts, or just drown in some philosophical tangent in some very mundane thing. I do understand these things are not very viable in a group larger than 3 or 4 like minded people. I try to go to people's rooms to just exist with them. One on one, talk about life, just reconnecting, for old time's sake at least. But being scraped from that same response from other people discourages me to knock on doors anymore. Maybe they don't need this, maybe they're good without this. Maybe I am the only one feeling all of this. In my case, the caving of solitude is often triggered by the feeling of not being understood. Understanding another person completely is an impossible task, but I love to try. The beauty lies in the attempt. Often there are movies which hit me hard. I cannot process my own feelings so much so that I need to talk to someone. I need to talk to them about, oh my god, ये कितना amazing shot था and everything, and about that movie, what it made me feel, about the beauty of that piece of art, but I don't. It has been iterated multitude of times to me that feeling understood and me starting to write quite often is a fruit of not being understood, along with the attempts to understand my own feelings. To understand my feelings for my own journey of self-discovery, loneliness has been a crucial piece of the puzzle. And I think that's true for everyone. You have to sit with yourself a lot to finally understand you. But I still love to listen to people's stories, probably my favorite thing to do other than looking art. But in recent years, I have covered my ears to all of that. I have locked myself away from the clutter and the vulnerabilities of human relations. I was laser focused on figuring things out, sorting out my life, my career, and everything I could take care of. The ignorance wasn't something I chose very explicitly, it's something that always comes up as a side effect. Saying no to plans have become my default, a habit. Now it feels wrong sometimes to even have fun with people. In college, you're extremely lucky if you see me outside my room, be it on weekdays or be it on weekends. I am in my room working on something. Don't get me wrong, I do have friends, pretty amazing ones. Having people around me who constantly make you want to keep pushing your limits is a blessing and probably the best thing IIT has given me. But I do feel like an alien in a human body sitting with people sometimes. I think it's very hard to admit because of the picture of the ideal man that was taught to us at a very young age is someone who is independent and strong. The prince on the white horse is never afraid of anything. He doesn't have any weakness. At this point, I see feeling lonely as a weakness and I cannot see myself there. I've seen the weak version of me for so many years of my life. I just cannot go back there. And if that means sprinting so relentlessly that I don't have time to think about this, so be it. Being able to work for yourself, even if it's part-time, looks like a very handy source of income from the outside, but it comes with its own set of drawbacks. If you work for yourself, there's always more work. There's always a little more effort you can put in. There's always more to be done, and you can get more done if you don't go out with your friends today. If you don't hang out with people today, you can get a little more done. Soon enough, I got very much into missing out on things. I would find absurd reasons not to go, and I don't blame people for giving up on me. And I am very grateful for my friends for not giving up on me. I would have given up a lot earlier. Now, I don't think I'm looking for an answer here, nor am I looking for a friend with whom I can share everything. I'd love to though. I'm trying to acknowledge anyone out there feeling the same or something similar. Anyone among you guys letting you know you're not alone. And also I'm doing this because people don't show their low faces on the internet as much. I want to document this for you guys and also for my future self to look back on. There are obviously things to be done. I need to get better at staying in touch, get better at spending quality time with people, at not giving up on people, and get myself to climb out of the box that I have built myself. Now, my circumstances are not changing. I still have dreams to chase, things to achieve, moments to experience, and stories to listen to, and a lot of them to tell to you guys. I can't be a social butterfly at this point, but I want to be there for a few people. To read their long paragraphs, to pick up their late night phone calls, and to sit with them with no agenda, no intent, and nothing to get out of. Just to enjoy their raw company once in a while. The loneliness won't go away like this, and after all this time, it doesn't need to anymore. I can just hire someone to be in my room and work.
सब चलो सब क्रॉस कर लो।